Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Audio bandwidth for the Daily Giz Wiz is provided by AOL Music and Spinner.com, where you can get free MP3s, exclusive interviews, and more. Video bandwidth for the Daily Giz Wiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the Daily Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1031 for Monday, February 22nd, 2010. Sealegs. The Daily Giz Wiz is brought to you by GoToMeeting, the affordable way to meet with clients and colleagues. For your free 30-day trial, visit gotomeeting.com/GizWiz.
And now, get ready for Dick.
First day of the week, first week of the year, first year of the new millennium. No, that's wrong. It's just the first day of the week. It's Monday. It's a brand new week and a brand new day and a brand new Daily Giz Wiz. It's a brand new week and a brand new day and a brand new Daily Giz Wiz. The worse your life, and a brand new week and a brand new day, the better we sound. It makes its own gravy. The worse your life, and a brand new day and a brand new day, the better we sound. The worse your life, the better we sound. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, Dickie D. Hey, Dick. How are you?
Leo, how you doing, pal?
I was trying to give this show more moment, but it really is just the first day of the week. It's nothing else, right?
Yeah, well, it's the first day of the week. We had a weekend off. Our fans have been dying. You know, a lot of people always say, how come you don't do a weekend show? So,
come on, a lot of people? My mom.
Yeah, mainly her.
Basically, mom.
Because she says, why don't you do a Saturday and Sunday show, and I'll be on it.
Yeah, Mom wants to. Mom had a good time on the show.
Oh, people liked her a lot.
Yeah, we'll bring her back. I'll start sending her other gadgets to review.
Yeah, I think people would appreciate that.
So last week I said I would buy every gadget that you did.
Oh, don't do it this week.
No, I'm not going to do it. I think that was enough. But I did get the plunger coffee maker. It came.
Oh, that's good. And you bought, let's see, you bought the camera.
Camera hasn't come yet. That's the eBay spy camera on the keychain. Can't wait to use that.
And what else did you buy? I forgot what the other gadget was for last week. Take a quick peek here, and
I think I own some already. I didn't have to buy anything.
No, I don't think you did. You got the your thing was those wonderful gloves.
Oh yeah, you love those. I gave them to Dane.
The free agent. Oh, that's what it was. You are correct.
I owned it.
And then the free agent docking station.
Right.
With
and I had the original Pogo plug, so I'm fine on that.
You were forgiven that. Yeah. So you did buy pretty much everything that you needed to.
Well, and only one thing's not come, but I'm very excited. I haven't used the coffee maker. It just came, the AeroPress, but I can't wait.
Now, in real life, I was at the Miami Boat Show. How did your show? You did like a variety show with dances.
Macworld, Macworld Live. That went quite well. In fact, if you want to see it, we recorded it. We streamed it, recorded it. It's on. Yeah, it's on. It's on the Mac Break Weekly feed. It's Mac Break Weekly 180.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can, absolutely. You can go back and enjoy all the fun. Roger McGuinn was so great. He's, the guy who founded the Byrds, and his guitar, beautiful, played 8 Miles High. It was just gorgeous. And then Adam Savage was there from the Mythbusters. He's I like him. He's quite a character.
Those guys crazy.
Oh, yeah, they're wonderful. And he is just a neat, friendly, wonderful, warm guy. Heather Gold, my good friend, did some great stand-up, and then we had rock and roll at the end with Warp 11. It was really
how long did this show?
Just an hour.
Anything at all to do with computers?
Every one of them used a Mac, and I asked them all every time. I said, well, how do you use a Mac? How did you first get introduced to a Mac? How do you use it today? That kind of thing. So, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was, as much as I could make it about Macs. If, next year when I do it, we'll do maybe more hands-on stuff. I was following in David Pogue's footsteps, and he's an entertainer, so I did the entertainment thing. But maybe
David Pogue is an entertainer?
He's not a journalist. No, that's an in joke.
I see. Okay.
He said that to me. I interviewed him. He is of course the New York Times technology reporter, and of course he's a journalist. But he told me very famously, "I'm not a journalist." So I still.
Well, I know that he has aspirations. You know, he had a very short-lived TV show. Did you know that?
He did, and he
Yes,
still does a lot of television. He did, but it was on the internet.
It's all geek to me. It was called
Right.
And it ran on a cable station here. I think 5 episodes or something.
I have to say, every time I do something on mainstream media,
Yes.
I kind of think, oh man, I have got it good here. I really do. This is so nice what we get to do. And you remember when you were on the screensavers, we'd have 6 minutes for the whole thing, and we'd have to rush through it. It was never satisfying. So this is where we get to go on and on and on till people just basically beg for mercy.
Yeah, exactly. It serves them right. If you want the kind of thing that you can shut off in a minute, stick with the networks. You know, at 9:30, you're done. Not with the Daily
The Daily Giz Wiz.
Not with anything on Twitch.
If you watch it, it serves you right. That's our motto. It serves you right. Motto. Hey, in a way, it's kind of a double entendre.
Yeah.
I think I hurt myself. The Daily Giz Wiz. It serves you right.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect.
It's like we had no idea what the other meaning was. We serve you right.
Yeah, exactly. The worse your life, the better we sound. They all still fit.
The big story, breaking news from Detroit.
Yes.
Ford recalls 2010 Mustang for being too cool.
Oh, the Onion.
Oh, it's the Onion. Oh, I should have known. Ford officials issued a massive recall of the entire 2010 Mustang line Tuesday, apologizing for a quality control oversight that led to the company manufacturing a badass muscle car that was way too awesome.
Oh, that's very funny.
Makes me feel good.
That's really
Isn't that great?
Did you write it?
No, I should have. I could have. It is funny. Way too awesome.
That's very funny.
It's way
Sometimes
too
the
awesome.
Onion has some very funny stuff.
Yes, I love them. So what is your gadget for today?
Oh, okay, so I was at the Miami Boat Show, and I don't have this. You probably are not going to buy one, but this was the most unusual thing at the show. Now, I'll tell you the name. I doubt if you'll get it, and then I'll even tell you the category after your first set of guesses, okay?
All right.
It's a product called Sealegs, Sealegs, Sealegs.
Okay. I mean, naturally I would guess some sort of Dramamine-based anti-seasickness
Okay.
thing.
Okay, so now I'll tell you the category.
Okay.
It's a boat.
It's a boat. Oh,
It's a boat.
I know. It's legs for your boat so it won't fall over when it's on dry land.
I'll give you partial credit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That was like even close?
Any other guess? Any want to add to that at all?
Sealegs.
Quite bizarre, I thought.
No, that's my best guess.
Oh, okay. Okay. You can, as I tell you about it, you can go to sealegs.com. These are inflatable boats, rather large, rather good-looking inflatable boats. There's a 20-foot 1-inch boat and a 23.5-foot boat.
What's the site?
On the front, there's a single tire up against the bow, and on the back, there are 2 tires up against the stern. So you drive your boat around, and when you get to an island where there's no place to dock or anything, as you drive the boat to shore, you click in a switch that starts another motor that lowers these 3 wheels.
Well, I was right.
Yeah. And then you drive the boat out of the water up onto land. Now, on land, it only goes 6 miles an hour, but in the water, it does a very respectable, I think he said 36 knots, a little more than 40 miles an hour. And it has 2 completely different engine systems. On water, it uses an outboard engine. And when it gets to land, it uses a Honda 4-stroke engine, 24 horsepower, to lower the wheels and to drive the wheels hydraulically. And I said to the guy, what is the use for this? And the guy said, we sell a lot of them to military because they can launch and get out of the water.
It makes it amphibious on them,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anywhere they are. If you go down to the launching ramp and there's a long line of people want to launch their boat, you can drop it off the trailer and just drive it into the water on your own. You don't need a launching ramp to do it. And since they're rather big and rather rugged, they are on the expensive side. They start at about $69,900.
Wow.
Without the engine. So that includes the engine that drives the wheels and the hydraulics to lower the wheels. But then you have to add your own outboard motor to actually power the Sealegs boat. But the guys are very serious about it and had some great video of it in operation. And I thought, with that turning basin down there, Leo, it seems to be more land than water.
Yeah.
A couple times I walked down there. So you could drive into the deep water with this guy and then connect up with what does that body of water go to? What does the turning basin connect to?
Sometimes they call it the Petaluma River.
The Petaluma River?
It turns out that's perhaps a little ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
It's in technicality, it's a tidal slough.
Yeah, which means it's a big puddle?
Basically.
It actually connects with the water fountain at the high school.
Exactly.
Now, go figure that out.
During the summer months when kids aren't actually drinking water,
I see.
It dries right up. No, it's a finger of the bay, believe it or not, because it's brackish. It's not fresh water.
Oh,
it's not a river.
There are some big boats up there that they must come up at super high tide.
You can and they dredge the Seabees or the Army Corps engineers come up periodically and then will dredge it because the mud it silts up because it's all runoff. But so really it was almost like wetlands runoff. And then they carved a channel. So in some ways, it is the northernmost finger of the San Francisco Bay, and that's what led to the prosperity. And I'm sure when you were here, you noticed the streets were paved with gold. The prosperity of Petaluma.
It's amazing. Well, the great thing is, like, when you go to a restaurant, before you go in, bring a chisel, hack out a piece of gold,
have a nugget.
Go in.
No big
eat
deal.
like crazy, and they expect that because they have that little
the scale.
prospective scale.
Yeah, the scale. Yeah,
right at the register.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we basically say, take some, we'll make more. There's really a lot of it. So, all the lumber from Northern California would come down to here, and they'd put it on a boat and take it into the world. The gold. So at the turn of the century, this was a bustling seaport.
Wow.
And that was only 10 years ago.
Wow.
So
isn't that where the original toothpick came from?
Oh, yeah. You knew that.
Yeah, because the river, they used to have those great big logs, but then as the river got smaller and smaller, the wood got smaller and smaller.
Right.
And then Petaluma became the world's largest exporter of toothpicks, which fit on those tiny
little mini barge.
Yeah.
Really micro.
Little paper boats.
Yeah.
Little paper boats, and they put 10 toothpicks on and send them into San Francisco Bay. It's this old seafaring story that my father told me. He was alcoholic, by the way. So
delusional and hallucinating.
Delusional alcoholic.
Yeah. That's where toothpicks
and a
came
BS
from.
artist, which all made for some fascinating stories.
Well, you're the one who did the story on Sealegs, for crying out loud.
Sealegs.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Amphibious boats, a boat you drive on the water when you get to the land.
Unbelievable.
You lower the wheels and drive on to the land.
Ladies and gentlemen, this portion of the Giz Wiz show is brought to you by our good friends at Citrix, the makers of, you know what it is, right? Go to meeting.
Yes.
Go to meeting.
I had to go to meeting.
You had to go to meeting?
I had to go to meeting.
I had to go to church.
I have my new Squarespace website. They did it over for me, but I had a 3D logo that when they flattened it, it didn't look quite right. And I happened to mention on the air, and the guy who designed it emailed me and said, I can replace that for you. He said, how to get into the codes and all that. And I said, well, not exactly, but I have GoToMeeting, and I'll send you our meeting info.
That's so cool.
And he came up, and I gave him control of my mouse, and he said, do you want it to go here? And I said, that looks good. Then From his computer, he downloaded the file I needed to my desktop.
It's so funny, Dick. You're such a BS artist normally that when you're actually telling a real story, I feel like you're making it up.
No.
This is real. This really happened.
No,
this has nothing to do with
happened.
toothpicks. This is actually something that GoToMeeting does.
Yes. Yeah, well, look, my logo is back to the old logo. It looks a little more three-dimensional than when they flattened it out. Yeah, it was
it's very cool. I think GoToMeeting is a really, for anybody, and nowadays everybody kind of works in a virtual world. You know, your clients, your colleagues very often aren't in the same place as you are. We're so used to, it's such a natural human thing to, say, let me show you this. Right now, Colleen and Ken are in the other room working on the new site design, and they came in and Colleen held up a piece of paper and said, "This is what we're thinking," and that's a natural way to work. Except nowadays we all are all over the place. So GoToMeeting really is a real lifesaver for today's modern distributed business. If you travel to meetings with clients or colleagues, if you're spending a lot of time on conference calls, this is going to be a lifesaver. I want you to try it free right now. You can go to GoToMeeting.com and then use the coupon code Giz Wiz. Well, now see, I think we now have a URL for you.
Oh, okay.
So just go to GoToMeeting.com/Giz Wiz. How about that? Yeah. GoToMeeting.com/Giz Wiz. And you can get this absolutely free for 30 days. You'll have to pay after 30 days.
Sounds good.
But
Yeah.
it's
This
really...
guy's name is Todd Bailey. And I said, Todd, what other stuff do you do? And then he took control. He gave me control of his computer. His website is 4m3d.com. And then he said, yeah, this is the kind of thing I do. And he did a little demo from his computer that I watched on my computer. It's really great. It's just great. So there you go. A real, true happening with the Giz Wiz and GoToMeeting.
GoToMeeting.com. I'm just going to do the GoToMeeting.com/Giz Wiz. But if that doesn't work, then use the coupon code Giz Wiz. I'm not sure. I should ask. I'm not sure which is the one. However, the point is you get this free for 30 days, and it's really a remarkable product. We'll get credit either way. The thing works. It's just whether we get credit or not.
Yeah, okay. I see. Okay.
And we don't get paid for everybody who does it. But it's just because they like to keep track of how many people Dick sends. So if you like the show, then you'll want to use GoToMeeting.com/Giz Wiz to kind of say, I vote for the Giz Wiz. Keep advertising on them. Great product. From Citrix, GoToMeeting.com/Giz Wiz. And you're going to really, really enjoy it. It's quite wonderful.
Here come the Giz Wiz letters now. Here come the Giz. I said the Giz Wiz letters now. Oh,
yeah. I love that. That's just so great. Dan Luter's doing his Elvis King impression. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a letter to the WizGiz.
And our letter is from Ray A. Monagold, who writes, I haven't missed any episodes of the Daily Giz Wiz for a couple of years now. Listening to you and Leo is a real treat. It's like two pals having some chuckles.
It's basically what it is.
That's what it is. You are both so generous with your wit, knowledge, and time. I feel like I'm right there with you both. At 63, I still put in a 50-hour week working with my son and my wife, and I dig it. I wish I had something funny to say, but you guys are the ones that leave me speechless. If I had one wish, though, it would be for a weekend show, too.
Yeah, see, just what you were saying.
Just what I was saying, ain't going to happen.
No, we can have some time. Ain't going to happen.
Yeah, we should have a show called Ain't Gonna Happen.
Ain't going to happen.
However, each weekend I do a random rerun on Saturday and Sunday. Keep up the great job. Your pal from the podcast Airwaves, the Ray Guy, which is what my wife calls me. P.S. In the Audible jingle, I think they're singing I Love Fighting on the Couch. Okay.
Let me play that. Just, let everybody listen in here. This is the Audible jingle. It's not this
on your way.
We know what this part means. On your way to school.
When you can't read a book,
don't be a few.
get Audible. 50,000 audible. I love my platinum account. Audible.
It's that last part. I love it.
I love that platinum account. He says, I love fighting on the couch.
Audible. I love my platinum account. Audible.
Yeah. I love my fighting on the couch.
Okay. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, that guy, Ray.
That guy, Ray.
Guy Ray.
Thank you today. Tomorrow, I have something so exciting for you. It's imported from overseas.
Wow. I know you've been off mic. You've been saying that you've had some craft stuff in the past because you really didn't think about what you were going to do.
This time.
But now, you said I was so lucky that we taped on a Monday. It gave you another day.
Yes.
To find something good. And then you were at Macworld, where I can just imagine how many wonderful, exciting things are lined up for the next 8-9 Tuesdays at minimum.
Right. Yes. Of course.
So that you cannot see out of.
You are correct, sir. And I'll see you then.
I'll be here.
DAILY. It's the